Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shaver Ranch plus Wolves.
Howdy folks! It's me again.
Farmer Randy.
We're having a heat wave.
Oh yeah, it is very hot.
For North Idaho, it's very hot.
It's in the 80s for normal air temperature and it's in the 90s in the sun, definitely.
The sun is very intense here in North Idaho when it's out. But we have a nice bit of clouds floating around.
Some thick clouds, yep.
There's possible thunderstorms, so hopefully. So we'll review what's going on here.
Oh, the garden loves this heat.
Yeah, it's great for the garden. As you can see, I'm growing weeds just as well as I'm growing vegetables, so that's my next project, is getting in here and weeding it, but I'm going to wait till the sun goes down a bit. Way too hot. So everything's growing really nicely. Look at it popping around. Unfortunately, I hate doing it because I love my plants, but I'm going to have to thin some of these out because they're just going to overcrowd each other.
Yep, planted a little close.
And
oh, these beans are doing wonderful.
yeah, and I got a weed, a big weed in the
Or
corner.
wonderfully,
Look,
so to speak.
it's a potato. I grow potatoes so well that I grow them a year later without planting them. The berries are still going crazy. They're going to climb up the fence there.
Oh yeah, they're doing very well too.
And spread out. And then we just went yesterday and got another truckload of soil and mounded up the potatoes. You can probably see in there the mounds, and I let them grow a little bit more, and one more mounding to where I fill in all the space.
Yeah.
So it's all level, and then it'll be done for the year.
Well, hey, at this rate, we may even get 2 harvests out of it, maybe.
I don't know if I'll plant again because I'm out of seed potatoes.
Yeah.
I think they need a dormancy period, like that one that's come up voluntarily. It's sat there all year and all winter under the snow.
Yep, all winter.
And the soil warmed up, and
yep,
here it came.
Whoops. So yeah, you might not get 2 harvests out of that, but
Now, what I need to do if I want 2 harvests is to plant potatoes like right now, which I'm still doing.
Yep, we're still doing that.
I've got some potatoes in the basement that are almost done. If I don't get them planted this weekend, they probably won't survive.
Yep.
So that will bring us to another issue, is when we get over there, tires.
Oh yeah, I actually hurt my wrist doing that yesterday.
Tires cut and they're ready to plant. So we'll get some more seeds in for vegetables and some more potatoes in.
Yep.
Look at these babies.
We're gonna have to take the netting off pretty soon. Do we even need the netting anymore?
Well, I don't want the cats in there. So now that it's up here, and guess what? I went around to all the potatoes and filled them in with dirt. I forgot this one. So,
oh no.
as you can see, if you zoom in here, see how tall those potatoes are? You fill them up with dirt, eventually it'll be this high and potatoes will grow all along the vine. That's the whole point of mounting them.
Just so every viewer knows, I could hardly see what's going on. I'm facing away from the sun, so the viewfinder is completely blocked. I can't see.
This poor guy we're trying to save. It's a berry, and it was root bound when I planted it. And it's just dying and dying and dying. There's still some new growth, but even those are curling up.
I don't understand the concept of root bound. I've never seen a plant that has ever survived being root bound.
I don't know what
I mean, look at just a good example over here, the asparagus. That was root bound and it did not survive.
Asparagus was dormant.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bare rooted. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing.
Root bound is, I took the pot out that it came in, and you take the pot off, and the roots are just
all around. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, and it can cause shock. And I didn't have any vitamin B1, which helps that.
Yep.
So I need to get some of that if I do that again.
Vitamin B1.
Now, we had a couple of strawberries that died. So yesterday,
We got one that's in bad shape right there.
well, look, all those strawberries coming on.
Yep.
So I hope it lives. But yesterday, Mommy and I went and got 2 more plants. This is where they died. So all the other ones, look at those strawberries coming in. And the onions are growing well. Yeah, look how the soil has settled, because this was up to the top.
Oh yeah. Poofy soil and then it settles and there you go.
Right, so yeah, that's turned into, like we said last time, onions. The asparagus didn't do anything.
Yep.
This was the same. I got it the same time.
Oh, similar.
And it's still not doing well. I hope it lives. got new growth coming in, but I don't know.
Huh.
The other berries are doing nicely. Look at those berries coming in. We're gonna have a lot more when that's done.
Ooh, boy, I tell you, that sun is cooking.
Were flowers. The flowers have fallen off, and the berries will grow where the flowers were.
Very nice. Wow, that is a lot of berries. You could see.
Got a little bit more coming in right here.
Zoom in on that.
Of course, it's still early in the season. These things are going to be covered later on.
Yep.
Tomatoes are loving this heat. You can
Yeah.
tell they've been suffering, but now that it's gotten warmer, they're starting to look really healthy.
I
And
can't see.
they're growing fast.
Yep.
Corn is coming in nicely.
I think another thing that's hurting my ability is I got polarized sunglasses on, so I can't see the screen at all.
Corn's popping up. Is growing a lot.
Very nice.
Of course, got weeds in there.
Yeah, gotta get rid of the weeds.
So don't confuse the weeds for the corn. And I still haven't made a decision whether I'm going to take this off or not.
Yep.
If this-
Ooh, I think that's cat poop.
Well, that cat poop was there weeks ago.
There's the cat poop.
That's why I have this here. They didn't dig down into the corn.
Yeah.
That happened, I think, the same day I planted the corn.
Wow.
Now, I planted onions in here, and if you can see, onions are growing.
I see a dig spot.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. These piles here, a cat that got in. So I should put my forks in, but it's very hard to get around the corn and get in here. So I don't want to take this fencing down. It's a pain in the butt. And these plants here, guess what was in here last year?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. More
I
potatoes.
just can't believe that they were missed. Look at these, more. Lots of potatoes.
What they probably were little tiny slivers.
Oh, very
little
tiny.
tiny potatoes.
Yeah, because we go through with a fine-tooth comb. We really get them out good, or well.
I said last week that the potatoes probably won't hurt the squash that's growing in here, but these things are getting so big they're going to shade out and crowd out the squash.
Well, serves them right. They crowd out everything else normally. Stupid
you're blaming
squash.
this generation for last generation's problems.
Oh,
You know, like the national debt.
yeah. Better not do that. Then we'd be called the government.
These peppers are growing really nicely because it's getting warmer.
Mm-hmm.
The rosemary growing nicely.
Yep. Oh, we still need, we're gonna need some slats soon.
Yeah. If I actually bother doing that, which I've been planning for years.
Yep.
But anyway, I filled these in as much as I could. See, over there's lots of room, but the potatoes are small. I
Yep.
didn't want to completely bury them. So these taller ones, the soil is right up against the slats.
Yep.
Remember, those were planted very deep when I planted them.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these babies.
We got activity in there.
I can't pull that one up, but you can see.
I think we get the gist. Eventually, we'll be able to take this netting off.
Yeah, when they get big, I don't want the cats to get in there.
When I see it in the big screen, when I'm editing, you can kind of see what's going on. So I'll just zoom in and and circle around a little. And
I wrote a little diagram with these pots and wrote what I planted in them.
Yep.
Ooh, there's
Uh-oh.
big old beetles. Oh, those are ants.
Those are ants.
Ooh, the chickens love them.
Yep.
Oh, look at that plant just popping out of the ground right there.
Yep. Those are huge ants. Those are big old Idaho forest ants.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we got a lot of activity in here.
Ooh, yeah. What's really good is when the neighbors' sprinklers come on, they water these.
Aha! There you go. We kind of clean that thing up a little. We really like this to kind of be a natural barrier because we're kind of secluded folk, but the deer keep eating them and the branches that are low die. So that's unfortunate.
Hey, you missed a tire.
Oops. This stuff smells really good. That's what we ended the video on last time.
Oh, look at all the new growth in the pine trees.
Yeah, look at there.
This one's better.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really nice pine trees. They go really high.
I know that.
Very good.
I know that I recognize that, but I
Oh,
still
yeah.
haven't identified it.
If you post this video onto that farming
Everything
web,
gardens.
Everything Gardens,
Shout out!
yeah,
Ding!
tell us what this is. We're not exactly sure. We thought it might be a derivative of that last medicinal plant that we had over.
I think it is, but I just have to identify it.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. So
There's a tire that you cut out yesterday.
Yep, there we go. That's
Things.
what I thought the last one was. Here's the tires. There's one that was like an inch thick, and that's the one that really hurt me. There's our other projects.
Of course, I have to plant shade-tolerant veggies, which potatoes are.
Yeah, shade tolerant.
And look at those big tires.
Oh
we got.
yeah. These ones were actually, it melted one of the blades. I went too long. I had to go every 10 inches
Sawzall.
and with the Sawzall and oil it up, and it was literally boiling the oil as I dripped it on.
Have to cover the soil because the cats will use it as a litter box.
We'll use most of that soil that's under the tarp with these tires. Of course, for potatoes, we can put
Mulch or compost.
mulch
or
on the
whatever.
top, but it's exactly reversed. Look at all the potatoes that are in the
Potatoes.
compost pile.
Potatoes are growing in the compost pile.
For potatoes, you can put the mulch and compost on the top and put good soil down in the bottom where the potatoes are growing. Conversely, any kind of veggie crop or anything, you could fill up the bulk of underneath the tire
I'm putting all the
with
compost
mulch.
in the bottom to
In the
fill it
bottom.
up because we will have to go back and get another truckload of soil if I fill all these up.
Yeah.
Turbo!
Turbo!
So yeah, I'm gonna go right now and fill these halfway with compost, which is free, and then fill the top with good soil.
I keep meaning to turn that compost pile, but with my wrist being all out, I can't do it, so.
It's not an easy process.
No.
Come over here.
One more section.
I had to take the netting off of this because it was poking through,
Yep.
but I'm leaving it on as much as possible so the cats won't go in.
Oh.
As I said earlier, I can't fill these up because they're not tall enough yet, but I filled these all the way up.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I said, this was a tall, bare stalk of potatoes,
Yep.
and I just laid it down flat and covered it, and it will grow potatoes.
Hey, there you go. That cat's missing something.
Stubby.
Should have called her Stumpy.
This was just an experiment you probably saw earlier. I
Oh,
just wrapped some cage in with a stake in the ground, and you know, I like to experiment.
Yep. See what works, see what doesn't.
These things are growing really nicely. Like I said, eventually the whole tire will be full.
We got some in there too. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to see though.
Experimenting, just using trash cans. These are growing really nice. Look how tall they got.
Wow.
Filled them yesterday.
Ah, can't see.
Filled them with soil yesterday.
Awesome. Nice.
This one was the slowest growing, so I just put a little tiny bit of soil in that.
Yep. There's our wheelbarrow.
Yeah, it comes in handy.
Shadow. Shadow. What do you want? Good
Sure.
kitty.
She's a good kitty.
She's not loved at all.
So, I think we did it.
Yep, I think that's about it.
Another episode in the can.
There you go. All right. See you next time. If you enjoy these, please like and subscribe. Update on the little chickens. Not so little anymore. They got all their feathers out, so we don't have the heat lamp on there anymore. Still being acquainted. Do you have an update on how that's going?
Well, they all seem to be getting along fine.
What are you doing? Get your feathers out.
Showing her dominance, probably.
Yep.
She wants to be the head hen.
Head hen. She's the biggest, I think. Yeah, big boy. Girl.
Ah,
There.
big boy girl.
Alrighty.